Cannot believe it, but Whitney Kamel, George's better half.
Winston Cruze, ladies and gentlemen.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Who is the nerd and who's the free spirit in your relationship when it comes to money?
I've never heard this question before. What's a harmless pet peeve your significant other is guilty of?
It's got dark real quick.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm Rachel Cruze.
I'm George Kamel.
And this is
Smart Money Happy Hour. Special drink for some special guests today.
That's right.
Highly requested.
Cannot believe it, but I'm going to go ladies first. Whitney Kamel, George's better half.
Winston Cruze, ladies and gentlemen.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
You got...
Thank you for having us.
I don't think you understand how long the people have been wanting this.
This has been the longest sales job ever.
It feels
for Whitney
like
and I.
It feels like
I think.
It
Finally
is.
closed the deal today.
I'm
Congratulations.
not sure. I think
Well
people
done.
thought I was lying that I even had a wife.
Well, this episode's going to be very special.
I think you'll prove it after today. I think you'll prove it after today.
Well, overall, this is the show where two friends who happen to be money experts talk about what you're talking about. Everything from pop culture, current events, and money. And this episode, obviously, we're going to chat our marriages, which is so fun.
Marriage and money.
And we're going to sip on a...
Hanky Panky.
Oh, little hanky panky.
I know this is a family-friendly show. That's about as edgy as we're going to get today. And we're going to tell you what's in this drink and give you our rating at the end of the episode and reveal the cost per glass, so stick around for that.
That's right.
Well...
This is going to be a fun episode. We got questions in the fishbowl that we're going to draw. You see that fishbowl over there?
I see that fishbowl.
Yeah, we're
No
going
fish, just questions.
to draw some questions out. And we're actually going to play a Newlywed game. We have dry and erase boards and everything.
So
it's going to be
nice.
pretty entertaining.
I feel like this is really a tell-all episode. People are just hoping that our spouses roast us.
I know. Do y'all have a lot to roast us on, you think?
No, it's
see.
not. It's a pretty mild episode.
Okay.
All right, we'll roast you then. It's very,
I would love
very
for you
exciting.
to roast me, George.
Wouldn't dare. People know I love Winston. Okay, so before we draw the first question, I want to hear how you two met. And I'd like to hear it from Winston's side, if that's okay.
Oh, wow.
Because I've heard it from your side. I feel like there's a different side.
We have like 3 stories.
Exactly.
Well, I know the very first time that I met her in person, she was coming over to the house that I was renting. This is in college. And she was with one of my roommates.
Oh.
He brought her by. And then she comes in and she shakes my hand like we were like...
Business acquaintances?
I mean, like she was in a job interview.
Was like,
I had never
pleasure to meet
played...
you, Rachel Ramsey.
I had never played the handshake game with a female until then. But it was like this standoff. And so she does the tour of the house with my roommate and they leave. And that's the first time we met.
Wow.
But I walked in, I was like, classes hadn't started yet. I was just a freshman. To this house, and legitimately, I was like, there are so many good-looking guys that like love Jesus. That are like good guys. They're like young life leaders and stuff, and they were like all had like visors on and like outdoor bags, and like y'all were all like campers.
And this
like,
Brentwood girl is walking in like, wow, what's an outdoor bag?
but I was like, what is, there's a whole other world of men out there. But I thought you were good looking.
Oh, thank you.
You say it like it was like surprising.
I was fascinated by
Wow.
you.
So when
And
was the first like spark? When was okay, I think there's something here. I think we should date. Was that months later?
Well,
A year later.
It was a great,
Oh.
I mean, Rachel alluded to it. She actually went on dates with multiple roommates.
Oh, wow.
So this is literally, this is
No,
the
no.
Bachelorette.
Oh my gosh, y'all know.
It was the Bachelorette before the
went
Bachelorette.
out.
I did not overcook that statement at all, but she went out on dates with one other, maybe two.
Listen, my rule is if a guy asks me out to dinner, sure.
So you
Yeah.
dated
If I'm not,
3
like,
out of the 4
I'm
roommates
understanding.
before you landed on Winston.
No, he had
Not
like
dated,
8 guys
but
live
she
with
went
him.
out with a few, and then and then
It was not serious.
I was trying to figure out life, as I still am. And so then she became great friends with my younger sister, and the circle started to get tighter and closer, and then she was available.
That's a good start. That's green flag.
All the roommate stuff had kind of like washed out.
Wow.
And so I called her and specifically remember asking her on a date because I'm old school.
Represent.
And no, I didn't. I take that back.
Yeah, you didn't.
I asked
You
the
hung out
driver-
with me twice.
I went in with the "Can I drive your car?" method.
Yeah.
What? That's not a method?
He wanted to like hang out a couple of times. And then I remember saying, I'm not hanging out with Winston Cruze anymore unless he asks me on a date because I don't know this game.
She didn't say that to
playing.
me. I think by that time I just said date.
Wow.
That's the magic word, I guess.
So, hey, can I borrow your car?
No, not borrow it.
No,
just
he was like, you got a new car.
let's go drive it.
I'm going to drive your car. Like,
Okay.
Oh.
Similar to borrowing, but the person is in the car with you. The owner is in the car too.
in the passenger seat.
I didn't like need a ride to CVS.
Wow.
Very different.
Much
Yeah,
less
that was
romantic
it.
than Rachel's version.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Yeah,
romantic?
Rachel's version is like, I saw him and I just was so enamored by him.
I did.
And
I
Winston's
thought he
like,
was
yeah, I mean, she was there, I was there, she dated a few of the other roommates. I was still there, and I was like, yeah, let's go for a
Oh
ride.
my gosh.
That's the
Well,
the
it
spark
was
note.
No, this is the how we met story, and then we went into then how did it start to go? I mean, we can
First date, sparks fly, bada bing, bada boom. She's Rachel Cruze.
so much sparks, many,
Wow.
Multiple.
multiple.
All right,
Okay, how about you guys?
settles it. I think equally as unromantic. We were coworkers. I think
So
I'd
we
like
met
to hear
at
your side.
Ramsey, yeah. And it was my first week, and George came and said hi to me. And he was one of the first few people that was super friendly to me. But it wasn't in a flirty way. It was actually in a like, oh, this guy is so nice.
Yeah, just a nice guy.
But we didn't start dating until like 2 years later because at the time Ramsey was a lot smaller, and you had to
It was more
kind of
awkward to
know
Yes,
Ramsey.
I remember
if you
that.
were gonna like actually date or work out because the whole company I feel like was watching you at the time.
Totally. So y'all
Crazy.
worked at Ramsey for about 2 years before you actually like started
Yeah.
dating. Yeah.
Yep.
How long
And
did y'all
then he-
date for before you got married?
A year.
Yeah, just over a
Okay.
year.
Yeah.
And
We did hide it for 3 months. We didn't tell anyone at work. And someone came
Yeah.
up to me and they were like, that George guy is really weird to you.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, is he? I don't know why.
People are watching, but you weren't a personality then.
No,
You're doing
no, I
social
was-
media.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
before
He
personality.
wasn't even in the
When is
host
it?
role
When
yet.
is
I was
this?
like an email marketing coordinator.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Social media
Were you
guy.
intimidated to like walk up to her randomly
was.
and just be
Well,
like,
He
the
didn't
real story-
even ask me out.
Yeah,
he did it
I
over Snapchat.
messaged her over Snapchat.
Wow.
And I'm a grown man at this point. I'm not
true.
17.
To ask her
Yeah.
out.
And I was like, hey, Michael Reddish, mixologist, and his wife Vicky, they want to know like what you would
No,
say.
they think we should go on
They
a date.
think we should
That's
go
what
on a
he
date.
said. Oh, yeah.
so she
George.
called me
So
out.
then
I would
was
rather drive her
so
car.
Angry. Yeah.
be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have asked, hey, can I drive your car?
And I was on my way to church.
A lot of people are saying,
And I literally said to him, I was like, I'll get back to you after church. So I was mad because I had sneakily given him my number. So I was like, you have my number and you're doing this like,
Snapchat.
well, you're putting me in a trap because he's not actually asking me out. So then you're making me
It
feel
was like,
weird.
let me just get my
100%.
thoughts. Because then
Yeah.
it was, you know what? It was protecting myself.
You were.
I thought if she
Self-preservation
says-
mode.
Yeah.
Unhealthy
Yeah.
George.
Exactly.
she says no,
Yeah.
then it's their fault.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, she said no to the idea of them saying that we
Them.
should.
yeah.
She wasn't
The
interested
third
in
party
their idea.
arm's length
Yeah.
proposal.
She didn't
So-
reject me. She rejected their idea.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
Yeah.
great. I
But
hear
I
you.
came back and said I'd go on one date, and then I regretted it because we had fun. But we didn't start dating again until Christmas party of, what was it, 2017 or something?
2016 Ramsey
Yeah.
Christmas party.
Oh,
We
yeah?
danced the night away on Broadway.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all, that's
So, yeah,
fun.
it's fun.
And I
then it
hate
began.
dancing. But
That's
hey,
so great.
It worked out. I don't think
Yeah.
any, like,
That's
no relationship was
amazing.
like, it was just as beautiful, so romantic, everything went perfectly. It's always a little awkward from the start.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I
Part
had
of
the
it.
best idea to do a car, and that, it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I never knew
Snapchat
that
and
story, so
cars.
that's good to hear.
There we go.
I love it.
All right, let's get to the fishbowl. It's what the people came here for.
Oh, are we drawing for them?
Yeah.
What is this? Are these questions for them?
They're for all of us, I
Oh,
think.
okay. All right.
No one said.
I'm ready.
But I think they should answer because they are sick of us talking.
For sure. All right.
Who?
Who is the nerd and who's the free spirit in a relationship when it comes to money?
I've never heard this question before. Let me take a minute.
Take your time.
I think we were going to cover this.
I think your wife wrote like a whole book about this.
Yeah. I was born a nerd, and she was born a free spirit from the beginning. so-
100%.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Easy.
We're as opposite
Yeah.
as it gets.
I feel like same. But I do have my nerd tendencies. You don't give me enough credit.
When's the last
I
time you
save
opened
so-
up a Google sheet? Just tell me.
Wait,
Okay.
y'all are the same?
No, I'm free spirit. He's
Oh.
the nerd. But
I'm like the nerd
sorry, yeah.
spender,
Same
and
as
she's like
y'all.
a free spirit saver.
Oh, you're like a Dave and Sharon combo.
Oh, look at
Little
that.
unicorns
Look at
out
that.
there.
Uh-huh.
Am I the Sharon?
No, she's the Sharon.
Oh.
The free spirit saver. And
I'm
you're
a
the nerd spender. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'll eat my
I
vegetables
need like
to
an
know
X
I
and
have
Y
room for dessert.
axis for this. I
Yeah.
don't understand.
I know. Because I'm the spender free spirit. And you're
Yeah.
the nerd saver.
Just a straight one or the other for us.
Yeah. We don't mix it.
That's amazing.
That's good. I feel like if you guys weren't together, you'd have some problems.
I probably might.
Like you need the Winston in your life.
I do.
We'd either be like living crazy or in a hole if we were both one
Either
or the
way.
other.
Either
Oh, yeah.
way.
No fun. Or just all crazy.
Yeah.
We balance each other out. It's good.
One down.
One down. Here we go.
Are we doing all those?
All of them.
Possibly. What's one challenging aspect of being married to a Ramsey personality?
Oh, I would definitely say, what do you call it? Energy something. Energy,
Management.
yes. Like just going from podcast to camera to everything all day and then coming home. And then I'm a stay-at-home mom now. So I'm like, hey, talk to me. But there's literally nothing left in the tank. So I think that's probably the hardest part is you have to just lay it out there all day. So
I leave it on the dance floor at
Yeah.
work, and then I go home, and I feel like I have no energy or like
100%,
mental
no words.
capacity to give.
Yeah.
Hey, what'd you
Yes.
talk about today? You're just like,
Luckily, she's here now, so we
you
don't have
do
to
have a
talk
battery.
about this. Yeah, I've got a battery. I'm human.
Okay.
We don't talk about this
All
podcast.
humans have batteries.
I know, but Rachel's goes up and most people goes
what?
down.
Oh, it's amazing.
It is amazing.
So
Which is
you,
There's
maybe
some of that
why
with
the
George.
challenging part of our Ramsey personality.
that's great.
Stop.
and then Winston's drained when you come home to
Exactly.
talk about your day. All right, I heard enough. You did a podcast. Cool, good for you.
Yeah, Rachel charges while she's driving. It's weird.
It's amazing. What's the biggest challenge for you, Winston?
There's a few. I'm married to a Ramsey too.
We can go top three.
We got,
I'm fine
we,
with that.
we got some
No.
therapy sessions. We can,
Here's a interesting one. I think most people think that we have it all together. And so if you're always treated like the guide or the person that led you somewhere or taught you something or helped you celebrate a milestone in your life, sometimes you're like over here with your story, and it's like, okay, that's great, but we're not like perfect, at all.
You feel like you can't really put that out there because there's an expectation that
I don't
you
know.
have it all
I think
together.
it's just the assumption that because Rachel's a Ramsey personality that we have all the answers.
Yeah.
And we don't.
yeah.
You're right. So,
That's a good one.
Yeah. The humanity of life
Yeah.
is very real
yeah.
for us, regardless of job or not.
Yeah.
And some people don't always expect that or see that. But yeah, that's good.
And on the flip side, though, like if people come up to Rachel in an airport, I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
I know, it's so awesome.
For an introvert, she'll talk to all of y'all and I'll hang and just kind of like part B it as we go.
Do you
And
ever
that's
want
nice.
to be introduced? Like, does it feel awkward to not be?
No, I actually have
step away like you don't
learned
know her?
to embrace the awkward and just be like,
Just stand there.
just at first I was like, no,
Yeah.
Shaking hands.
They
I
don't-
taught you that, babe.
yeah,
she taught you how to shake
channeling my
hands.
inner Rachel.
I almost
Firmest handshake ever.
Wow, I didn't know that about you. Very stiff, like just
Well, no, but as
She's
an
assertive.
As an 18-year-old girl,
yeah. Well, and Dave taught you. Hey, look them in the eye, shake their hand.
She called me sir. It was so crazy.
Yikes!
Nice to meet you, sir.
Who handles money in your marriage?
Why'd you read it like that?
Well, it says underneath spoiler both. So I feel like
Is that like
do we
breathing?
both?
yeah, but I think there's different skill
Who?
sets.
Yeah,
that you
I mean,
bring to the
honestly, in
table.
our marriage, who handles the money?
Me?
Yeah.
You don't think so?
Who knows
No,
the
I think
logins
it's-
to the utility account to pay the bill?
Oh, okay. From
You know
that
what I mean?
perspective, I do it.
It's not like she's not involved and doesn't know what's
I
going
get
on.
the mail.
It's just
I could tell you what our last electric bill was. I could tell you the gas prices too. But and Rachel's like, she checks. She's at this level up here, and I'm down in the weed.
Yes.
got it.
Right?
100%.
Would you describe it that way?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So she's CEO, you're CFO. We have our roles.
That's exactly right,
That's
George.
fair.
That's exactly
great way of
right.
putting it.
A real fun spending CEO and a Grinch.
She calls the shots. You tell her how much those shots cost, and if we're gonna be okay.
She does ask me that.
I am like, hey,
And
how much is
So you're like her business
At a
manager.
big picture, she's like, "Are we going to be okay?" And I'm like, "Do you think we'll be okay?"
that worries
You're seeing
me.
the same thing I
Well, we're
am.
building a pool this year, so there was
That's
a lot
a
of
big
checks
project.
being written.
Yeah.
And he's doing all that, right? And I can like log in and see the account, but I am like, okay, how much is left? Like, oh, and you have the spreadsheet, like the details. You have a lot of that covered.
Yeah. I just have more control issues than you.
Probably. You do.
There we go.
That's
There you
great.
go.
Very similar.
How about
would
you
you
guys?
say?
Yeah, I'd say almost exactly the same. No changes.
Wait, who's
No
who?
notes. I'm you.
Yeah,
We're the same.
We're so much
Yeah.
more alike than I thought.
I know. Y'all can be
I thought we were
besties outside.
exactly alike. People mistake us.
I mean, the boots are just
Yeah.
identical.
Yeah.
I'm like walking through Costco, and they're like, "Are you Winston?" No, I know we get that a lot. You got the wrong guy. He's a little shorter.
Do you want to draw one?
I think you should draw one.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Are we?
Yeah, you read
this
one.
This is fun.
Okay.
You draw one.
It's not an easy job. People think it is.
I'm going with whatever I get.
Yeah. I read.
What's a harmless pet peeve your significant other is guilty of?
It's got dark real quick.
Rachel is wild to live with for like a Grinch. You know, like the control Grinch who just likes everything neat. Half-eaten like breakfast bars. Nothing's ever finished.
Just like
never
she
just
gave up
done.
midway through anything.
But it's like, even if it came with 2 bars, she'll eat 1.5. Like one bite is there. And it's in the cup holder of the car
Oh.
or something. I'll make her coffee in the morning. Always some coffee left.
Because it gets
Like-
cold.
Yeah, but every day.
Water bottles always leave a little bit left.
And they're all
Bottom.
crunched
yeah.
up. She just doesn't finish anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, are we the same people?
Are you same with you?
I
Yeah.
know that's going to be yours. Is it?
I would consider that a harmful pet peeve. I mean, you're wasting food. You're causing other people to clean up after
Wasting
you.
food.
I don't ever ask him to clean up after me. It's on my nightstand.
Well, 3
I can
days
get
in,
My
I'm like,
nightstand too.
yeah.
And my cup
And he's
holders.
like, I come
eventually you go, well,
everything, get
someone's
it.
got to do it.
No, I'd still do it.
Thank
Don't
goodness
even.
for 2 spaces.
Yep.
2 toothpastes. Thank
Yeah.
the Lord.
Yeah.
My toothpaste is terrible, y'all.
It looks like it got
Ever
murdered.
since I was a child, I never.
Looks like a crime scene.
Is it
in
all
her-
over the counters?
In her bathroom drawer is a crime scene.
Like, how many? Are we talking multiple toothpastes? Is there just toothpaste
it's just
everywhere?
one.
So it just got. It's,
Oh,
I know
but
I'm a
it's just-
child, y'all. I'm a child.
It's just,
How hard are you squeezing the toothpaste?
Well, I just
it's
don't.
not about that.
It's not the squeezing. It's the like.
It's the
Oh, you don't know how to
it's
get
the
it on the
transition.
toothbrush.
I don't get it off.
She doesn't know how to get it on the
It's the motor skills. Okay.
It's the motor skills.
All right. Cool.
Doesn't close the lid because it can't.
It's no longer.
It won't go on.
It's
'cause of
gunked
the-
over.
Yeah.
I know it's bad.
It's fascinating.
Yeah. I'll say. I guess you need
Wait,
to go
what's
for
Rachel?
me.
Rachel didn't say hers.
I mean, it's kind of on the same lines. His tolerance for like the kids and like his bathroom drawers and stuff. Like we have 3 kids under 9. Like kids are they're gonna be everywhere and they're gonna, But when he like opens his drawer and everything's not, who's been in my drawer? My cotton balls aren't, whatever. And it's just like a.
Is that the big item for you? The big toiletry?
That's in the drawer on the side, and it has like the kids' homework in there. I mean, it does. It can get crazy. But the level.
I have
of,
like 3 spaces that you cannot touch.
That's what he always tells us.
I can see him
My
adding
wallet,
one.
my bathroom drawer, and my network gun closet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's a safety issue. Yeah.
Well, I say the same thing to all of the spaces, and I don't have any
So
cotton
that's
balls
mine.
in
It's
there.
just
Yeah.
like you gotta be flexible. Like stuff's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be flexible. Winston, it's
Yeah,
not
no
that hard.
biggie. You got this whole house, but you want my bathroom drawer, which is
They
perfectly
do. They love
organized.
dad's
It does
Exactly.
feel
drawer.
very personal.
Okay, y'all,
what's
let's go.
yours?
Mine for you?
Yeah.
Very similar. I'm a very kind of tidy, clean freak. So like there's like a little bit of LaCroix
Golly,
left.
keep
It's been
going,
3
George.
days. I'm feeling for temperature. Like, oh, the body's dead. It's gone. It's gone room
LaCroix
temp.
is done.
It's gone room
Yeah.
temp. Let's toss it. Empty water bottle. Let's crush that up and toss that. It's that kind of stuff. The bathroom counter, like my side, tidy every night. I get ready for bed. It's clean. Her side, could be a few weeks before it gets tidied
Yeah.
up.
But if everything's out, you can see it all.
Yeah.
So it makes it easier.
But
That's
it
what I.
causes
And girls need
stress
more
and
stuff.
trauma for the other person who has to live with it.
He does like 2 things to get ready for bed. And I'm like, yeah, so that's why you don't have a bunch of junk all over your
Yeah, it's
counter.
true.
I'm a simple man.
So in the same
We
vein,
don't have
mine
the
is also
capacity.
the tidying. He has to tidy every night. And if I'm not in the mood,
That's like my
To tidy.
What's my worst
He
toxic
is.
trait? I care too much. I simply care too
then
much.
he is passive aggressive about it.
he's
Because
like-
he's a 2, Enneagram 2, and he's like, "Why aren't you helping me tidy this house?" And I was like, "Oh, because I've tidied after a toddler all day. I'm out of tidying. I need to lay
Screw
here.
tidying.
Yeah, I
We
need
don't
to lay
need
here
that.
on my heating pad and chill." So
And
That's-
it's 10
that's
p.m. at night.
fine.
I'm just wiping down countertops. Just let's get this thing
George,
clean.
George, yeah, you
I'll
got
sleep
Tidy.
better.
you gotta let go of that stuff, man.
It feels
he
good.
can't.
All right, George, one thing we can all agree on, though, is that Cozy Earth has the best products.
That's nonpartisan.
I mean, obsessed, y'all, from the PJs and the sheets and the socks. I got some lounge pants. Love them. I mean, like, seriously, everything I'm buying. And I even bought a ton of Christmas gifts off
Yes.
of Cozy Earth because it's just, they're amazing.
And our spouses have reaped the benefits of these products because we sleep on their sheets every night. And Whitney and I, we were making the sheets and we like unfurled them to, throw them on the bed. And you're like, wow, that is
Luxury.
It's
It's
luxury.
amazing.
Especially when they're tidy, even better.
Love it tidy.
Love
so
a
they
tidy
have
sheet.
great products, and we are considered bougie frugal. So we like nice things. We want to get a deal, and so for our Smart Money Happy Hour viewers and listeners, they get up to 40% off when they use the code Smart Money at CozyEarth.com/SmartMoney, and that's our gift to you.
Yeah, which is a huge code, you guys. I mean, because I will say, again, it's quality products. You're going to pay a quality price for the stuff, but it lasts. The material is amazing, and you're going to love it. So make sure to, yes, use the Smart Money Happy Hour code.
And Winston famously paid full price. That's how good it was for him. He bought a sweater,
Oh
a
yeah,
hoodie at full
pullover.
price,
I did. I couldn't wait.
which hurts my frugal soul. But hey, that just speaks to
It
the
was
quality.
very out of character for me.
I love
True,
it.
but it was so good. So
So
make
check them
sure,
out. We'll have a link in the show notes as well, or go to CozyEarth.com/SmartMoney.
so great. All right, Whitney, you draw
All
one.
right. Let's see what we got here. Name the top 3 qualities you admire most in your spouse. Oh, that's
That's a
sweet.
nice one.
Wow, I thought this was
What
supposed to be
what a
fun.
switch.
Gosh, here we go.
Happy
Roasting.
Valentine's Day.
Roasting to my number one for Winston is he is a man that like continues to work on himself. Like he's not a guy that's like, oh, I'm fine. Da, da, da. There's like a major level of like, oh yeah, I want to continue to learn and grow, and I'm curious about this part of me and all this. Like it's one of the best. To be married to that type of man is like the biggest gift ever. I would say his kind of pairs with that humility. I feel like there's a level of just an honesty, a vulnerability, like here's who I am and here's what's going on. And there's not a lot of like pride in that. And so that's been like so helpful in marriage. And then third, I'm going to say okay, it was my pet peeve. See, it's a blessing and a curse. I'm going to say your level of taking care of things. His organization, his like, he can do stuff like, oh yeah, your tire's low. Here's the tire pump thing that I have. Or here's the, there's this, the washer dryer broke. I'll fix, like, it's like you just take care of things. He's like a proactive guy. So there you go. Off the top of my
Thanks,
head.
babe. Wow.
Very nice
Unbelievable.
things.
15 years of
Let's do
marriage.
this again tomorrow.
That's great.
I'm gonna go with authenticity is probably my number one because I feel like Rachel's the same wherever she goes, which is really hard to do.
On camera, off camera.
On camera, off camera. And then she's really intelligent. And so I love watching her have conversations. And she is so like smart and quick and up to date and has great perspective and things to say when we're talking with people and with us, obviously. And then I'm going to go with her nails. I like her nails.
Wow.
I've
Wow.
always liked her nails.
Always love my nails.
Like natural.
He's a
And I'm
scratcher.
kind of
He's
a-
like a cat or a dog.
I am.
Oh.
Yeah, just like you like to be scratched.
Oh yeah, I am a dog.
Head, back, like that's his love language.
Yeah,
I do
yeah,
have
but
long nails.
She's always had great nails. And I always liked them. So I'm gonna go with the easy one.
Surprised you did none of that for Winston. No physical traits. Just
Great.
best qualities
Well,
all
she
on
hadn't
the
finished her
inside.
hanky panky yet.
Okay, I'll go.
You want to do me?
Yeah, my favorite thing is her calming personality. I'm a naturally anxious person. She's a naturally very peaceful, calm person, and that was what initially really attracted me to her. And I appreciate that about her because I can spin out pretty easily.
Not you, George.
Not
No.
me. Me, no. Number two, her intentionality, especially seeing her become a mom. I've never seen someone do the research, want to do the right thing the right way, even if it's harder, even if it's more expensive. She's going to do it the right way because she cares that much about our daughter or our dogs. And so I love that about her.
That's good.
And number 3, I just think she's really cute. I know that's it's very, I know, but
So good.
Obviously, that's what initially attracts you to someone. just
Sure.
At face value.
Yeah.
You only
and-
get 3 today, so it's hard to.
Yeah, well, truthfully, she's also shorter than me, which was a big win. As a short king to find your short queen, that's special.
But I did think I was taller than him until our first picture. So
That's her toxic
and I had to
trait.
pray about it,
Wow.
so I
She
had to get
thinks
over
she's taller than
it.
me.
So for the record,
She
I
had to
would have
pray
dated
about
George if I was taller.
She had to pray to be like, Lord, help me get over his tiny, tiny body.
Hey, I mean, it's admirable. I gotta say.
Whitney.
All right. Speaking of which, say 3 nice things about me. Good luck.
Same thing. I would say, even though, yes, I give you a hard time for tidying, it does give me a great, my mental space is not free of, or it's free of all the clutter and stuff in our home. I don't have to worry about those stuff because I know you got it. Watching you become a dad, you just love Mia, and she obviously loves you so much. All day long, it's just dad, 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 dad. And I'm like, he's not here. It's mama right now. I'm like, I'm doing all this right now. But that's been so sweet just to see y'all's relationship. And then the last one would be, I just know I can trust that you have the best intentions for our family and our future. I feel like George is already 10 years ahead all the time, and he'll bring me in, which is great, and all his spreadsheets and stuff that he just nerds out over. But it's cool that he cares enough about where we're going instead of just us waking up one day and being like, oh shoot, what's happening here? So I know that I can trust him in that, just to care about our family and our finances and all the things. So
It's really sweet.
That's so good.
Thank you.
Man,
I
well
learned
done,
a lot
y'all.
today.
I like
Yeah.
George even more now.
Well done.
That was
Well
a really
done.
sweet time. Let's get back to roasting each other.
George is bored.
I'm more comfortable. No, it was really sweet. I think people tuned out.
Oh,
What are your and your spouse's love languages? This should be easy. There's only 5 of them, right?
Winston's physical touch. I mean,
bingo.
and the key in the book is not necessarily sexual because everyone's like, oh yeah, of course physical, but
What's my number 2?
he always says can I just have a hug? I just need a hug,
that's
right?
nice.
You just are
And Rachel's flying around the house, making a schedule for next year.
I know. I'm like, I'm sorry. And then I pat him sometimes. He says, don't pat me.
It's patronizing.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just.
It's like we're buds. Bro, thanks for that hug in the
Yeah.
kitchen.
Wow. That's rude.
Okay. That
Hey, you wanna throw darts later?
Second would be quality time.
Yeah. Oh, man. Way to go.
I got you, babe.
Way to
I got
go.
you.
Okay. Rachel's?
Words of affirmation. Acts of service.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did I get them in the right order? Oh, boy.
Yeah. No.
Tied?
Yeah. I'd say tie. Yeah. Interchangeable.
So say nice things and do nice things.
Yes. I do
About
like
and for
acts of service.
Rachel.
Love your nails while I'm doing the dishes. That's called a callback.
good job.
If you know, you know.
Comedy.
Pay attention. Okay.
Yours is acts of service. for
100%.
sure.
Really?
Because I'm always the one doing all the things.
Okay.
And
For
when
other
someone does
people.
it for you,
So you'll
you're like,
notice
feels fill up.
something and you're like, that's a big deal.
Yes. That means the world.
But let's just say it's not things that always need to be done in that moment.
Didn't know we were still roasting. Thought the pet peeve part was over.
Don't act like you do all
Keep
the things all the time.
going. Keep
Yeah, if I see a
going.
task that needs to be done, I don't care what's going on. House could be on fire. I'm like, well, I'm finishing this. You know,
Yeah,
like,
let
Can't
me
think
do
of
this, let me do
it
this.
through priorities. It's what do I see in front
the
of me?
priority is whatever that I'm doing right now.
Whatever's there.
Whatever gives you therapy.
Okay, acts of
Whitney's
service.
quality time.
Yeah.
Still figuring out what that means, but
His version of
I'm
quality
learning.
time is us sitting together in silence on our phones, but we're still together. Where I'm like, no, we need
it's very
be
sweet.
speaking to each other.
We're like watching a show together that we both are into. I feel like that's quality time.
Nope,
Yeah.
it's not there
I
yet.
think she wants like
Yeah,
a
let's connect.
conversation.
I bet she does.
I agree as a fellow quality timer.
Wow, thank you.
All right. Next question. Let's see this one. Were you and your spouse on the same page financially when you first met?
Well, that's easy for us. We met at Ramsey. So the answer is yes. And Whitney was debt-free when I met her. which, you know, green flag for sure. Wouldn't have been a red flag if she had debt she was paying off. But the fact that she was debt-free was just like, oh, that's awesome. Like, we're going to be leapfrogging when we're married completely debt-free. So that was really nice.
How much debt did you have?
I had paid it off by the time I met her.
Oh, okay. So you were debt-free too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was a game changer. And we didn't have to have a ton of financial conversations because we both believed in the Ramsey principles. We both had been through Financial Peace University. So that made our life a lot easier, I would say, on that front.
Agreed.
It's good.
That's great.
So Rachel, obviously, coming from Dave and Sharon, very Ramsey, very has her financial principles. But were you in the same, did you even know Ramsey?
No. I was a college kid not listening to talk radio. Which
Fair.
are pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
And
So where were you at
this
with
was
your money?
back in the day too, right? I loved work and I loved like earning money. I was into the credit thing. Like I remember getting my first $500 limit because it was all strategy for me. It was
You wanted to play the game.
yeah, and I was going to be great at it. You know, I wouldn't say we were on the same page when we started dating, and then I don't remember having specific conversations around it, but I just
know.
think as I got to know her family, I just started to adopt certain principles, probably. We did go through Financial Peace.
Yeah, I think we did
I
watch
think
it.
Dave made
I
us
know,
do
he
that. He made us do that.
He did on engagement.
That's your
I haven't
premarital.
thought about that in 12 years.
We went to a class, y'all. Like we went to a class.
Did they know? Like
Yeah.
your Dave's dog? Like, did they I know?
Not until I was on the lesson.
Not till we're like,
Oh.
she looks familiar.
Did you ever have red flags, Rachel, when you see a credit card?
No, I remember thinking, oh, this is pretty funny. That like I'm out.
You did?
We're getting pizza and like there's the.
Did you really?
Yeah, is your Eagle
But you
credit
just
card?
didn't say any. I mean,
I didn't really care. I mean, honestly, I'm 19.
you're 20 years old.
I'm out with Winston.
Last thing you're
Hot
thinking about.
Winston.
He's driving my car.
He's driving my car. It's great. I'm fine.
What car was it?
I paid
want
for
to
that
know what
dinner.
kind of car. What kind of car was this?
It was like a
Was it-
SUV,
Yeah.
Lexus SUV.
Nice.
Yes. But with the money stuff, because people ask us this a lot. And I'm like, yeah, number one, we were so young and it was kind of like this. And you weren't like a crazy, like, oh my gosh, I want this crazy nice car. He's not a consumer. Like consumerism is not Winston's like top issue, right? So because of that, he's like very practical. And so the idea of living with what you have, not going into debt.
It fits my personality.
Yeah, I was like, it wasn't this
It all
big,
clicked.
like, it
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
this like, oh, I have to change my mindset.
I was going
feeling.
to work hard and be practical with or without credit. I really
Yes.
was.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, without.
Okay, yes, FPU is a great class, right? Worth the money you pay. You know what else is worth the money you pay?
What's that?
For Delete Me, a subscription that literally this company goes in and removes all of your data that is online. So data brokers come in and get your data from websites that you filled your information out. And so these data brokers, they have your address, your number, your name. I mean, it's crazy the information that you have that's out there. And Delete Me goes in and removes your information from all of these websites. So it helps you, stay away from like scammers and spammers and everything out there.
Oh, yeah. It's one of the ways I say I love you to my family is by using Delete Me. Our information is being scoured online, removed. Delete Me sends me the report, and I sleep easier, which as an anxious person, very nice.
That's what you need. Some
Very,
peace.
very helpful.
Some peace.
So I encourage everyone to check it out. They're giving our listeners and viewers a great discount. If you go to joindeleteme.com/smartmoney, you'll get 20% off any of their plans just by going to that site, joindeleteme.com/smartmoney.
And their plans start as low as $9 a month, you guys. So it's really inexpensive. And in the world today of technology and internet and all of our information out there, it is worth it protecting your information. So it is a great service. I love it. And it's so fun to get the emails and the reports to see how many hours they saved you from removing your information.
And
so
I'll
it's
always
amazing.
beat you because I started first. I'm at
I know.
66 hours and I brag
Yeah,
about it.
George is there. I'm in the 40s, but it's fine.
Check it out. We'll drop a link in the description below.
So great. Okay, next I think we should play a game. And we could play like the not so newlywed game because we've all been married,
Yeah, how long? 6 years.
Jinx, you owe me Coke. 6 years, 15.
Wow. That's pretty wild.
Winston,
If they beat us, we're screwed.
this episode.
You guys should do better than us.
This episode comes out. This is like a trivia at Valentine's Day. Do you remember when you proposed?
The day before Valentine's Day, like a true strategist.
I know, the 13th.
Throw her off.
So,
Get
yeah,
into the restaurants now.
That's true.
That's how you get into the
No set
restaurant.
menu, all this stuff. Actually, I don't know why I did it. Maybe that was it.
I don't know.
I didn't want to be cliche. That's kind of my fork coming out.
Yeah, but I thought about that this time of year. This is when we got engaged.
That's
so funny.
sweet.
Okay, so Kelly, our producer, is going to ask some questions. So let's get our whiteboards.
What is your wife's favorite fast food order?
Oh man, this is hard. I have a lot. I just wrote one and then I thought, but there's another one in my head that's really good too.
Gosh, George. That's a long order.
It's an
We have
exhausting life.
dietary restrictions, so
Okay,
they're
I'm
not
ready.
easy.
All right, Winston, what'd you put?
I went with Taco Bell, non-specific. It's the dirtiest fast food.
I know.
You just went Taco Bell.
Rachel?
Yeah.
All right.
I
Do you know
love
what her
Taco
We
order
didn't
at
even
Taco
get the-
Bell is?
2 soft shell beef tacos.
Bell. Yeah, that is true. That's
That's
correct.
not what you wrote.
No.
Oh, wow.
Can
That's
we
really
see?
good too.
For the good of the group, can you read
Italian.
it?
Sorry, Italian.
I don't think I'd have ever
from
got that.
Firehouse Sub.
Fully involved?
Fully involved. See, senor. Yes, that's exactly right.
We just did our fast food Smart Money episode a little while back, so
Okay.
I learned a lot about her fast food habits.
Oh,
You should be worried.
that would have been helpful.
You should be worried.
All right, George, what'd you put?
I said Chick-fil-A grilled chicken club meal, gluten-free bun.
Wow.
Wow.
Chick-fil-A
Do what now?
gluten-free.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Unbelievable.
gluten-free.
Wow.
Had to add the gluten. You
Yeah.
gotta tell them.
1 to
That's
0.
true.
Wow. All right. Y'all are winning.
All right, second question. What is your wife's vacation dream spot?
Oh gosh,
Not even a dream.
she doesn't even know. This isn't
Yeah,
fair.
well, like dream. That's different.
yeah.
Then where are we gonna go? Okay.
All right, Winston.
New York City.
New York City.
Wow.
Look at that.
I
George?
said Alice Beach.
And I went beach first, but then I went dream Europe. Cross that out. Back to realistic as beach. So he's right.
Wait, with a what?
30A. So he's
38,
right.
Alice
She
Beach.
covered the whole highway for you.
Do ya? I went very specific.
That was
Way to go,
good.
guys.
Okay.
All right, last question for the guys. What is your wife's favorite place to shop for herself?
Oh gosh, this is tough.
No.
It's like there's the where she would like to shop, and there's where she has to
No,
shop.
her favorite place. Like, where does she go most often?
I don't shop. He doesn't give me money.
She acts like there's an
Save
allowance. She
everything.
doesn't give me money. I don't have my allowance.
Wow, you won't let her have any
All
money?
right, I'm gonna go perfect world type.
I don't
All right,
even know.
Winston.
Target with question mark. Yes.
Yay.
Such a
George.
close.
I'm waiting for her to
Wait,
finish.
sure.
To
I
be
can't
fair,
even. Okay.
I don't want to be accused of cheating.
I know. Sorry.
Shoot.
Sorry.
What do I like? I don't know. Okay.
I'll
I
tell
got
you
it.
what you like.
Okay. You can go.
I'll tell you how much money you get.
I said anthropology.
Anthro.
Dang, that's it. That is it. I put Nordstrom, but that's what
I
it
know
would've
her
been.
better than she knows her.
You
Yeah.
know, you know her better than she
Dang.
knows herself, George.
All right.
It's me
so
and the
these are
Lord.
for the
You get
ladies.
internal points.
That wasn't
Whitney
there
and
every time.
Rachel. What is your husband's favorite music album of all time?
Oh, easy.
Can I say okay? Oh shoot,
That's
y'all.
the hardest question.
I
ever.
don't know albums. I mean, I genuinely. Can I say like favorite
Let's
artist?
say favorite music artist
Okay,
of all
that's
time.
better. I can do that. I can do that. Okay.
Artist.
I got album and artist.
We're going album and artist, which gives us a bonus point.
No.
No.
Shoot. Yeah.
No, it's fine. Rachel can change the rules at any time, but I can't. Okay, no, it's fine. I get it. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right.
All right, Whitney.
How do you even say it? Bonnie Bear, Bonnie,
Bonnie
Bear.
Bear.
Bonnie
Bonnie
Bear,
Bear.
Bonnie Bear.
Okay, it's the same word.
Yeah.
It means
that's
good
why I
winter
did
in
twice.
French. Well, that's the album. It's his self-titled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, Rachel.
Winston loves Gavin DeGraw.
Oh, way to go, man.
Nice job.
I guess what I thought you would
Winston
guess.
He
loves
did
Gavin.
the Sweet Chariot song. Was that his big
Yeah.
hit? You don't sound too enthused about that. You're like, well, you got to listen to his deeper cuts. It's actually
No, piano.
No, he's awesome.
What's one chore around the house your husband hates the most?
Ooh, easy.
Don't process it.
I'm going for it.
All right, Whitney.
I said deep cleaning, specifically the shower.
Oh yeah, I got that one wrong. I said washing baby dishes.
Which, how many times have you done that since me has been
That's why I said it. I'm being honest.
born? Never.
I draw the line.
His brother has
Telling.
washed more dishes.
Rachel.
I said laundry.
Oh shoot! I said dishes.
How did we both say we both hate the dishes and they don't know?
No, you love adult dishes.
Or
You don't like
laundry's your
baby
thing.
dishes.
What was the laundry? I think we were married like 4 or 5 months, and you did laundry, and I was like,
Probably perfectly.
and what did I say? We joke about
I
time.
think laundry's your thing.
That's what I told him. I was like, I think laundry might be your thing.
I was like, I need to stop doing laundry so often
I
with
love
my
that
acts
she
of
considered
service.
it. She considered it like it's one of his greatest
I
talents.
did. I was like, you're really good at it.
I understand.
I'll wash and dry and wait till George gets home to fold.
Okay, the folding. That's it. It's the folding
AKA
and the detail
give George
people.
some
Yeah.
I'm a great folder.
All right, last question, unless we have to go into tiebreaker.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
If your husband had to pick one TV show to watch for the rest of his life, what would it be?
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh. One TV show for the rest of your life.
Not a good sign when I can't think of it.
I know. Oh man.
It's not that deep. All right.
Okay,
This
Whitney.
is for the championship.
Seinfeld.
Yes.
Because I almost said,
Oh wait, this is his.
I almost said Breaking Bad.
All right,
I thought Friends because I love Friends.
Rachel?
Okay, I'm putting this because it's kind of my two Real Housewives. All right, Real Housewives.
Because I have to,
You laugh at it a lot.
babe.
Oh, no.
It's because you like
Oh shoot.
how it's made.
Yeah, that is Winston's totally.
Okay, the Camels won.
I went me. I went so selfish.
Do you need time to grieve the loss, or are you good?
I mean,
Save it for therapy. We got to keep moving.
I just hate that I went selfish with Real Housewives, but you do think it's funny.
Oh gosh, if I have to, that's what I sacrifice to be with you. Okay, there it is. There it is.
Congratulations on the win.
Yeah, well done, guys.
You didn't have sore loser on one of her top traits.
Y'all are way ahead. No, she's. She'll bring it back up.
Cool.
All right, so if we could all each leave a final money tip for the viewers and the listeners when it comes to, are we going money in marriage specifically or just life money tips, George? What do you think?
Ooh. I mean, I feel like this has been a very marriage focused, but I think we can open it beyond that.
Okay, so just a money tip.
Yeah.
What would you say to people out there?
Top of my head, I would say just practicing contentment. Like one of my biggest traps, I'm always kind of like looking at the next thing, which is great to have goals, but sometimes you need to be okay with what you have. So even in singleness, like you don't have to be chasing the next thing all the time.
Well
Beautifully said.
Well
Love
said.
it. I would say that the way that my relationship with money is always telling a story about me on a deeper level. So if I'm wanting to spend, then there's probably a lot of reasons why. And so it's not just the money of it. It's telling me a story about where I'm at. So it could be because I want some control. It could be because I want a little hit of dopamine, so I might go do a little Amazon shopping. It could be because I want to feel powerful. It could be because I'm scared. It could be, all kinds of different things. And so my tip would be it's telling you something about where you're at in the
good.
moment.
Yeah, on that same kind of idea, I would say to have money in its rightful place. Because I do think even being in a career where we talk about money a lot and we're like budget and get out of debt and save and invest and all the things, which is very important and you need to do to create peace in your life. But put money in its proper position in life, because I do think people just chase it and chase status. And there is an underlying belief, if I just had more, kind of what you were saying, Whitney, like I'll be okay. And to a degree that it's an unhealthy part of your life, more does not mean that it's going to be better. So when you can kind of get to this place of like, it's great and we want it under control. We don't want it to be a stressful thing in our life. So we're going to do and make wise choices around us so that it's not the thing that we're chasing all the time, because it kind of leads to a dead end.
Beautifully said. I'm going to put a bow on it along the same theme and say that you go with you. Doesn't sound like it's about money. It is. The question to ask here is, and then what? You're going to achieve this financial goal, and then what? Well, then my life will be, no, it's not going to be fixed. And so I think money is a tool to accomplish goals. But if money is just the thing that you're trying to solve for, you're going to be really disappointed when you
Yes.
get there. So have a bigger goal, have a bigger vision for who you want to become, whether you're single, as a family, whatever it is, and chase that instead of the next financial goal.
Yep. Love that, George. That's good. Well said. So well said.
And marry
Y'all
the
do this
correct
a lot?
person.
It's
Just, I do feel like marrying the right person is a wealth hack in and of itself.
You know, I saw an Instagram reel, and I don't know who the guy was, but he was like an older looking guy. He looked very smart and rich. And the interviewer said, what's the number one thing you would say to people? Like the number one piece of advice ever. And he said, marry the right person. That the spouse, I mean, truly the spouse creates a lot of
Yeah. And
dynamics
I don't
in
want that to
life, it
cripple
does.
people to be like, well, there's a soulmate out. No, it just means
No.
make sure you're aligned with
Yes.
that person versus going, oh my gosh, he's not on the same page and I'll never get there.
Yep, exactly. So good. Okay, well, before we get to guilty as charged, George, tell us what we sipped on because I am almost finished.
We sipped on
so good.
a Hanky Panky, which is appropriate for this episode and at the same time inappropriate. I'm going to give this drink a 8 out of 10. How about you?
I'm not usually a dark liquor cocktail person anymore, but I think I would order, I'm going to go 10 out of 10. I think I would order it at a restaurant.
Well,
It was really good.
Winston?
Wow.
Rating?
I am, honestly, it's growing on me as a cocktail does, but I'm like a 6.5.
All right,
Seven.
thanks for being honest. 6.5.
I'd say 9. It's good.
All right. We just like stair stepped there. We got a full range from 6.5 to 10.
It's pretty good.
Here's
Can't
what's
get
in
any
it.
better.
If you're curious, it's got gin, sweet vermouth, Fernet-Branca, which is an Amaro, and an orange twist as a garnish, and it comes out to $3.96 a glass, which is probably a fifth of what you'd pay at a restaurant for this. So make it at home. The recipe's in the show notes, and tell us who's right on their rating. Is it a 6.5 or is it a 10?
So
or somewhere
good.
in between?
All right, now it's time for Guilty as Charged. And this is where our producer Kelly gives us a new Guilty as Charged question every week. And if we're guilty, we take a sip. Kelly.
So this one's a little bit different. This is, what is your spouse's most toxic money trait?
Are you trying to cause marital strife? Why would you do that? We were going to have a great night after this.
In Rachel's haste, sometimes she has fallen for scams. Sometimes.
Our audience is very familiar with this. Because of her authenticity, they know.
They know. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. That's it. That is it. She just goes.
I've fallen for
Click,
a lot.
click, click. That doesn't look real.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Do you remember that one?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've fallen for
Like, show
some
me the
good ones.
website.
I know.
No wonder you need to delete me.
So her most toxic trait is that she's too trusting.
I don't think that's what I said, George.
I've seen worse. That's all I'm saying.
I just don't think through things sometimes.
Just get excited.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go
Yeah,
as
we've
far
all
as
got that.
toxic.
We've all got that text from USPS being like, "Hey, you owe us money if you want this package delivered." And
Click
she's
this
like,
tracking
"Ooh."
number.
So exciting.
Yeah, exactly.
Rachel, what's Winston's?
Winston's toxic trait is that he claims and is undercover a saver. Doesn't spend. I mean, literally, we'll go through like, I'm not kidding, a month, 2 months, maybe 3 months, and the Winston line item in the every dollar budget. Like there might be like one Starbucks in it. I mean, like nothing. And then he comes to me and
This
he's
is
like,
true.
hey, I kind of want to buy a piano that's against the wall that's silent, even though we have another piano, but he wants to practice piano where the kids don't bother him. And it's a lot of money. Or I want a sauna, but I kind of like want the really nice sauna, and the 3-person sauna, it's going to cost a lot of money. And I want to, like, he never spends, but when he spends, it's like a lot of money. Yeah.
Lifelong product.
Lifelong product. And I'm like, sure. I mean, I'm great. I mean, like, that's fine. Right. We're not going in debt for it. Like, we got it. So, but when he spends, it's like, I could buy my
Breathtaking.
Amazon packages don't equate to what he's like. I think
That's
if
true.
we added it up, you actually spend dollar amount more than I spend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
1,000 cuts versus.
Yeah. A
So
big
he
old-
focuses
piano.
on life-changing things that really matter, and you focus on the trivial. I think that's a fair assessment.
you know,
Yeah.
And don't you reap the benefits of said sauna and said piano playing?
well, no, the piano's silent because he wanted it away from the kids.
What has
Which
Headphones.
reaps its own
headphones.
benefits when you don't want to hear piano, which I think is very thoughtful of him.
She just wants more hangers. It works out.
more clothes.
Just
more
like we gotta get some of these hangers out of here.
More hangers, you got to get more clothes because now you have empty hangers.
Well, the closet's full, so you have to. I don't know.
Okay, what's yours?
All right, Whitney.
I mean, it's weird how like similar we are. That's exactly what I was gonna say about George. So same thing. He won't spend frivolously for months, and then all of a sudden he wants a bed jet that will air condition his bed
Wait a minute.
side at night.
Wait.
Why don't you tell them
I-
how much it was?
We've
That
hung
was
out,
not
we've
in
hung
the
out this
budget.
long, and the bed jet didn't come up.
Yeah, I
And he just bought a BedJet Mini because the big one had too much air conditioning.
I returned. Okay, to be fair, I returned it to save us money and purchased the mini version, which was a few $100 cheaper.
This is fascinating.
Yeah.
Do the
$300.
viewers know? Is
Fascinating.
this the viewers know about this?
I think I've mentioned the BedJet before. Yeah, it's not an
Okay.
endorsement. More of a, I mean, if I could afford the 8 sleep, I'd probably go with that. But that's $4,000. So I thought $350 for the BedJet's a steal.
But
So I
even
thought I was being
minor
resourceful.
things like just girl stuff, like when he gets his haircut every 2 weeks, so that's in the budget. So obviously it's like normal. But then when I go and get highlights, he's like, whoa, like freaks out. But I'm going twice a year, which is way less than
Wow.
his twice a week.
That's right.
Haircut.
Toxic.
So yeah,
Toxic.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
How much time do we have? No, your toxic trait, unequivocally, is the fact that you will buy hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of clothing, but she's going to return it all, maybe more than
Return
she bought, to where
almost all of
somehow
it.
she's going to make us money. It's a money-making
I
scheme for
put money
her.
back in the budget.
She's like, hey, I'm going to spend $500 at Old Navy, but I'm going to return
because
most
it's
of
50%
it.
off. And
Yeah.
I don't know my size anymore. I just had a baby.
She's
I'm
on.
gonna throw that card in there.
Yeah.
So
She
I have to
throws
buy
that
multiple
card.
pants.
If you just say the word postpartum, I'm like, okay, I can't win. Like you won.
It's the trump card.
So and to be fair, she does return it all. A month later, there's a $400 credit back to our account. But in the moment, as a saver, I'm like, that's a lot of money to spend on clothes in 1 month. You
But
know.
also, I'm not doing it every month. You have to be honest. This is like once every
Yeah.
2 years. Don't even.
Hey, you know what? Mia's gonna love you. I just took my girls to Target and I was like, hey, should we get some new boots? They're like, yeah. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So we went and bought new boots and it's so fun.
I know I got Mia 3 pairs of shoes the other day, and he was like, "What is this charge?" I was like, "Your daughter
She
needs to be
can't
happy."
walk. She cannot walk. I feel like that's a valid point.
But she's cute. That's all
But
that
she does look
matters.
cute.
I know. Oh, it's so fun.
All
Girls
right.
are fun.
I think what we've learned is that toxic money traits don't mean you can't have a great marriage.
That's right.
That's what I've learned.
1,000%.
That was fun. Can I
Oh,
just say
so
thank
good.
you too for being here? I know this. Maybe you both were dreading this. We kind of forced you into it, but we appreciated it.
No, it was
Very
fun.
much.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank you.
Valentine's Day to y'all.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
So
Glad you
fun.
know each other better than we do.
Love to get
At just 1 point.
Love to get dinner on Valentine's if you guys are free. Let us know.
Double date. Double date. So great.
Rachel still wants to finish the Newlywed
What
game.
if I like write down? So I'm trying to write sports at
Thanks
dinner.
for having us to
I'm like
dinner.
round 2. Should we do round 2?
It's 3-2, I think, from what I remember.
Best out of 3. Best out of 3.
Best out of 3. Oh, man. Well, thank you guys for listening and watching. As always, you can check out our episode on why fewer people are having kids today. It's not us because we got kids, but make sure to check that out. Subscribe and like, and we will see you guys next Thursday on an all-new episode of Smart Money Happy Hour.